next episode of the career mode and the Breaking Point storyline, at least from my perspective. So for the next race is the Russian Grand Prix from the Great Sochi Autodrome. Even though, sadly, the Sochi Autodrome, unfortunately, is one of those boring tracks on the F1 calendar because it's relatively flat. There's very little elevation change. And it's just one of those circuits that it's not really all that memorable, unfortunately. Yeah. I don't know. But I will praise President Vladimir Putin, though, for being one of the good guys, though, because at least he knows the real truth about what's going on in the world, that's for sure. Especially from all the lies that the fake news and, you know, all these fake reports always brainwash us with. Alright, so yeah, 13 laps around the Sochi Autodrome for the Russian Grand Prix. So I qualified 17th. Have a good car.
Welcome along then to Sochi and the Russian Grand Prix, one of 8 cities in the world to play host to both the Olympics and a Formula One race. It's a Grand Prix that's proven difficult to crack for anyone beyond the first 2 rows of the grid in recent years, so let's see if that can change today. It's time to go racing then in the Sochi Autodrome, where the long run down to the heavy braking zone at turn 2 is one of 2 DRS zones around this 3.6-mile circuit. The other, of course, down into turn 13. 18 corners make up a lap here today, with an average speed somewhere in the region of 130 miles an hour. Alongside me once again for coverage of today's race, it's none other than the great Anthony Davidson. Let's have a chat about McLaren. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Leclerc, Sergio Perez, and Norris, Tsunoda, Vettel, Ricciardo, and Lance Stroll, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Esteban Ocon, and Gasly, Giovinazzi, Mick Schumacher, Bird, and Kimi Raikkonen, Russell, Latifi, Delatraz, and Nikita Mazepin. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So yeah, I definitely want this strategy. And it should be pretty good with the fuel load. Alright. Let's go ahead and get the Russian Grand Prix underway. And it's lights out and away we go in Russia. Got a good start there. See if I can get around Mick here going up into this tight area here. Only thing is that the cars are going to definitely scatter all. Ugh, I couldn't see there. I got to redo. I couldn't stop in time because I wasn't sure when they were going to stop.
Okay, here we go.
So,
I know what you can do.
Hard to tell when they're going to stop because the first corner comes up so quickly. George Russell. That's actually Raikkonen on me inside there. Let's see if I can slip to the inside of Mick. Alright. I think I almost... Nope, he's going to try fighting back. Yep, take it by on the outside. Yep, he's going to try dive bombing me again, but I'm able to hold him off. Got a little hard good there. See, I can maybe get around Antonio here, going up into the tight corner. All right. Did a good out. Dang it. This always happens to me every time coming through that darn turn. The car just gets really light in the rear, and the car just wants to spin every single time going through there. But I got to be careful, though, because the car really loses a lot of downforce in this section, especially when you're coming through a fast corner there. Right behind Pierre.
Green flag. DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Oh, dang it. Did not want to do that. That I did not want to do. Just had such a run, and it's like, Pierre just all of a sudden slowed right up in front of me, and I just couldn't avoid him at all. Dang it. I did not want to do that.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
I'm out of DRS range, sadly. But unfortunately, Antonio behind me is in DRS range. These tires are literally dead. Just trying to see if I can keep up with Pierre up here. He's going to be tough to keep up with.
We're leading our teammate by 22.3 seconds. We're going to box this lap, push hard on the in-lap.
Yeah, I got a long train of cars coming in. It's up to the crew. Ugh, I knew I'd be stuck behind these guys.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. exits, Louis in the pits. Gap to car in front is 2.3 seconds. You're into P15, that's P15. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. We're catching the car ahead, but be aware that these tyres need to last till the end of the race.
Yeah, I know that, Jeff. You don't need to tell me. Just trying to run a smooth, consistent pace. See if Ocon in front of me, if Esteban has any issues, to see if he really slows up or something. Okay, gap ahead is 2.1 seconds.
3 laps of fuel remaining. Gap to teammate behind is 34.9 seconds.
Ah, darn it. Was driving smoothly there, and then the car just had to have a hiccup there.
This is your final lap of the race. There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Darn car just has to get loose again. The car just gets so... Yeah, button fell out. Car just gets really, really upset over the bumps. But I know with a couple more aero and chassis upgrades, the car will definitely do much better over those bumps. And car just gets really, really upset over those bumps. I'm doing what I can, but... Oh my goodness. I'm just trying to do what I can and maybe reel in Esteban, but downside is I'm on the last lap of the race. I'm just trying to drive as smooth as possible, you know, so I could try to catch him.
Our gap to the car in front is 1.6 seconds.
Just again, when they get closer, you know, the aero, the wake turbulence happens. Of course, in NASCAR, they call it aero tight. Yeah, I won't be able to catch Esteban. He's too far ahead. So, I mean, they get close behind him, the car just starts to push really badly. Because of all that wake turbulence taking all the downforce off the wings of the car, reducing the downforce that I have. But I'll take P15 though, it's a good result.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Actually not bad with the worst car on the grid.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection, a shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today. So let's review the updated driver standings. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
It's got to be Valtteri Bottas, a commanding performance that I think had the audience's eyes glued to him for the majority of the race.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Alright, see, I finished 15th, Louis down in 22nd. Yeah, he did a good job. But I know I'll keep improving him no matter
The fans really
what.
seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing.
Yeah.
So talk us through what happened between you and your rival today.
Yep, we're just driving hard.
Great.
That's all it was.
Well, that's everything.
Of course, Esteban's in a better car than I am, you know. But in all honesty, I don't really care if I lose the rivalry, to be honest, because, you know, we're both great drivers, and I know it's going to kind of take a hit for me in terms of, yeah. But Louis did a good job, though. I'm happy for him. So yeah, meanwhile, at team headquarters, some new developments? Or something else. And then the next race is the Singapore Grand Prix. And now that race, car's probably going to struggle at, because Singapore is a very technical circuit, and it's hard to do really well there. Alright, well, in either case, I want to go ahead and do some upgrades. Definitely want to upgrade the build time, I know that for sure, to assist my team. So then that way it reduces the time in terms of upgrades being built. Alright. So yeah, I'll probably have to go to a slower power unit probably for Singapore, because Singapore, as you know, is a really technical circuit, and that place isn't necessarily dependent on power. So I could probably switch on a weaker engine for the race. And besides, it would probably be a good idea anyways to use up the engine either way, so. But then again, I'll probably just stick with what I have. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what activities we can do. Not much, huh? Alright, well, in either case, what I'll do is I definitely will invest in the but yeah, I definitely will want to build on the team. I know that for sure. It's always got to be team first. I know that. Now, none of the upgrades are done yet. I know that. Alright, so let's advance the clock.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication
Excellent.
process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Alright, got a new arrow upgrade. So now I want to do another upgrade. I definitely want to do this one. I know that for sure, because I gotta keep, like I said, gotta keep the team constantly developing the car. It's the only way we can really stay competitive in a way. Alright. But yes. So yeah, the next episode will be the Singapore Grand Prix, the famed Marina Bay Street Circuit. Night racing. Who could ever forget the first race at Singapore when Nelson PK Jr. or Nelsinho PK, or just Nelson PK, caused the whole crash gate incident to happen? I know everybody remembers it because it's well documented. I know that for sure. All right, on to chapter 14 of the Breaking Point story. What new adventures await Casper and Aiden? All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the next chapter. All right.
I'd like to congratulate you all on a superb performance so far. There's still a lot of work to do, but give yourselves a round of applause. You've been wonderful. Well, I'm sure you've all heard by now, but, well, this will be Casper's last season as an F1 driver. And if you get the chance, then please do your very best to change his mind. I'm only kidding, Casper. You will be missed. Anyway, I'll stop talking for once. Have a wonderful evening, and let's push for fourth. Look, I know how this works. I've been around long enough. I'm just saying, you have a future here. I've seen a lot of drivers come and go in my time, but you're special, Aiden. You've got the makings of a true great. I mean it. Casper! Hey, where's Zoe?
Oh, she's around somewhere. She loves these things.
Oh, and you don't. Mind if we join you?
I'll be my guest.
Come on, Aiden. Sit. Why didn't it work out between you two?
Brian, I'd rather not discuss.
I don't care what you'd rather, Aiden. Casper's leaving us, and I know that your agent's been talking to other teams. This could be the last chance the three of us get to chat like this. Who knows? We may not even see each other again after Abu Dhabi. So come on. What's the deal?
Listen, I just want to have a nice evening.
He's on more money than me.
What?
Ah. Hence the frosty reception.
Everybody started talking about my age. Just wanted to prove myself. Prove that I was better than the next flavor of the month. This was not about you, Aiden. I don't know.
What about you?
He didn't want me on the team.
Didn't I?
You wanted Ricardo instead.
And you thought I was past my best?
What? But that's not true. You're having an amazing season.
Could you verify that number for me?
That's right.
And that's the contracted amount, yes?
Yeah.
Do you mind if we show him? You two are a couple of chumps, do you know that? And you should know better.
I don't understand.
No, but he does. It would be funny if it wasn't so tragic. I wonder how many points all this has cost us. Well, I'll leave you to it. You can apologise to me later.
I don't understand.
I'm an idiot.
Why?
Paddock gossip.
So none of this is true?
There's always gossip in the paddock. And ever since he's arrived, there's been one man at the center of it all.
Who?
The man who told me pre-season last year that you signed a better deal. The man who said you thought that I was too old. And that would be the same man who told you I didn't want you signed.
Butler?
And I believed him. How could I be so stupid?
You're not stupid, Casper.
I didn't think he had this in him.
Why would he bother?
Look at all the mess he's caused. The crash last year, the fight in Canada. And how much easier has he had it because of all of that?
What can we do?
Beat him.
Yeah, you know Devin Butler. A guy who's honestly a self-centered, you know what.
Hey,
Hey,
how are you finding it out there today?
tough. We're overheating the tires a little through the S's.
Yeah, happens. Do you mind if I join you for a moment?
Please.
They want us to push for fourth.
You think Williams are catchable?
Maybe. Butler's having a good season. He claims he's been approached by Ferrari.
I heard. He is the more experienced driver. I think the seat goes to him.
You said it had always been your dream to drive for them. Is that true?
Yeah. It is.
Okay, I'm going to give you space out there. I'm sorry I didn't do that before.
I'm sorry too.
I want us to push for fourth. I want us to beat Butler. And I want that seat to go to you.
Thanks, Casper. I don't know how we make that happen, but thanks.
Well, we work together. Help each other out, that's all we can do.
Then let's do that.
We've adjusted the camber. Seems to help manage the tire temperatures a bit better.
Yeah?
I'll get them to share my setup data with you. Just see how it feels out there.
Thank you, Casper.
Truce.
Truce.
Yep, Suzuka, one of my favorite tracks.
Aiden.
Casper, hey, have you got a moment?
Yeah, of course.
That camber adjustment really helped. I guess I just wanted to thank you.
Not a problem. Those tires in a better range now?
Much more manageable. Thanks.
Well, those milliseconds all add up.
Brian says we can catch Williams.
Brian says a lot of things. Just focus on the next race.
Thanks, Casper.
I'll see you trackside.
Alright. Off to Suzuka. Yep, one of my favorite tracks in the world, one of my favorite countries in the world. Yeah, I know, I'm an anime nerd, so... And of course my brother's wife is from Japan, so... Gotta love Japan too, culture they have, you know... It's a great country. Definitely a place I want to visit.
Butler and Russell's lap times increasing.
I still had time to catch them.
Roger, we're on fresher tyres than they are. Push, push. Let's put the pressure on.
Yeah, copy.
really hard to pass at this track. This track's really, really bumpy. You could tell probably from you watching the video, the stream, that the wheel's really vibrating heavily. Just shows how bumpy this track is.
The gap behind us is 1.9 seconds. Russell should be close now. Let's push.
Sneak by Carlos. Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to work. So I can overtake him going into the hairpin. Alright, got him.
Aiden is in the pits. Aiden in the pits.
Definitely want to get around Ricardo. I know that for sure. So I know I can definitely get around George Russell. Alright, clear. Got him. Whoops. Trying to throttle way too hard there. I mean, try to make sure he left George enough room there. Going through Dagner. That's usually not a good place to pass.
You should be seeing Butler soon. Let's keep it clean, please, Cass.
Hopefully Aiden can get around those two guys in front of me. Should be awesome, but I don't know if he will.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, the gap behind is 2.0 seconds.
Let me have a go at him. Cass, come on, Aiden. Let me have a go at him. Thank you. I knew he was going to try blocking. Alright, now I can get around Devins. I gotta run. It's before 130R. Got him. See if I can salvage some more points.
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Alright, cleared Alonso. More points. Now behind Sir Lancelot, as Josh Rebel calls him. Sir Lancelot Stroll. I really hope that Aiden can get around Devin. That would be awesome. Knock him out of the points. Or actually, well, no. Yeah, that's...
Our gap behind is 2.0 seconds.
Got around Sir Lancelot. Puts Casper up to P7. She'll gift him 4 points. I messed up there.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left. is 4.2 seconds. This is your final lap of the race.
Oh. Good save. Rode the curbs a little too much there.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Another action-packed Japanese Grand Prix comes to an end. And what a magnificent drive to take the win here today. Haas continue to put the pressure on Williams. That gap might still be a little too big to close, but for Haas, it's very much game on.
Yeah, when I think back even just a couple of months, Crofty, I didn't have Haas pegged to be competing with Williams. Both Jackson and Ackerman performing at their absolute best out there today.
Well, they certainly were, and no sign of any disputes on or off track between the pair of them. Might they have put their differences behind them? Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
All right.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. Solid performance out there today, Casper. You must be pleased.
Yeah, the competition feels like it's fiercer than ever this season. And the team is working really hard to keep up, so we're grateful for every point we earn.
Those points bring you a little bit closer to Williams. Is that something you're particularly focused on during the race?
Absolutely. We're into the business end of the season now, and we want to climb as many places as we can. Right now, that means catching Williams. So, anytime we can put the pressure on a little, that's good for us.
We asked Evan Butler a similar question. He said, and I quote, "Haas are a bit of a shambles. I don't think they're catching us anytime soon." What's your response to that?
Sounds to me like the words of a man running scared.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Good old Texas. It should say we're only looking forward, not forwards. Little grammar error there. Yes, more posts.
Zoe.
Daddy!
Hey, Lils.
Mommy says you're in America where the cowboys live.
Yeah, Daddy's in America.
Are you racing with cowboys, Daddy?
Yeah, one or two. Hey, who's your favorite racing driver, Lils?
You are.
Just checking. Love you.
Love you, Daddy.
Hey, can I speak to Mum?
Bye.
Yes, again, stuff that they think they really know about here in the U.S., but
Hello?
Apparently she enjoys hanging up on you these days.
So it seems.
All set?
Yeah, all set.
The odds are shortening on the 4th place finish for Haas.
It's a shame. I enjoyed being the underdog.
You've still got to beat Butler.
We've still got to beat Williams, you mean?
That too, I guess. Right, you go and prepare. See ya.
Bye.
alright, some rewards. It's just some experience. But either way, I get a new paint scheme and a new pose, and then there's a new pose I can unlock later, but I know none of you care about that. So yeah, in the next episode, it'll be Chapter 15 at my home race, the United States Grand Prix in Austin, Texas, which I'll be going down to this year. So if you see me on TV, don't forget to say hi. Alright. So this will conclude this episode of the career mode and the Breaking Point storyline. So tomorrow, before I head down to Florida, I'm gonna do Chapter 15 of the Breaking Point storyline and the Singapore Grand Prix, so you guys get to watch some nighttime racing and also a race in my home track. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.